Thank you to Morris Arkletum for their generous donation on Patreon. I know Chester said I shouldn't bring anything, but I think I'm still going to go to the store and pick up something anyway. I'm not sure when he's going to text me, so I think I'll go ahead and go pick something up. I should see if Maria needs anything while I am out. Maria? Oh, good afternoon, Link. Did you need something? I was just about to go to the grocery store and was checking to see if you needed anything. I do not, but thank you for the offer. What are you going for? A friend invited me to his house for dinner tonight, and I thought I'd pick up a little something to take with me. He told me I didn't have to bring anything, but I'd like to. Always a kind gesture when you're invited somewhere. Have you decided what to take yet? Well, I'm sure something will click when you see it at the store. Does this mean you won't be joining us for dinner tonight? Yeah, I'm not sure how late I'll be over there. Alright, well, keep safe out there and have fun. You don't go out often, so I'm happy to see you spending time with your friends. Yeah, I know, it's a nice change. Well, I'm leaving now. I might be back before he contacts me, but if I'm not, then I might not see you until tomorrow, Maria. I'll probably be out late. Have a good time. With the nice weather outside, you decided to walk. There was no reason for you to rush, and it gave you time to debate on what you were going to buy. The walk to the store wasn't long, and since it was near the campus apartments where Chester lived, you decided you might just show up early. Chester had told you to come by sooner if you wanted. Alright, now that I'm here, I still need to decide what I'm getting. He's cooking dinner, but I don't know if he's doing dessert. I could buy a cake or some ice cream. I really don't know what I should take. I'm not even sure what he's cooking for dinner. What should I do? We're going with wine. Boom! Maybe I can even get a bottle of wine. Maria has offered me this kind before, but I've never really tried it. She seems to really like it, though. I think I'll get that for Chester. Maybe it'll go good with whatever he cooks. Even though he said I didn't have to get anything, I'd feel bad not showing up with something for dinner. I'm sure he'll be happy that I brought something. After making your decision, you check the time to find it was only a little after 2. You had Chester's address in your phone already, and you still hadn't heard from him, so you decided to make your way to his home a little early. Your walk from the store to the apartment complex Chester lives in wasn't a long one, and it took you longer to figure out which building was his than to walk there. He lived on the 3rd floor of the building, and you eventually found yourself standing in front of what you hoped was his home. For you, this felt like a date, but for him, you were just like it was just a fun night with a friend. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I shouldn't feel so nervous, but my heart's thumping in my chest right now. Take a deep breath and just relax. You're just having dinner with a friend. You rang the doorbell and waited for someone to open it. Sound of footsteps approaching you could be heard, and much to your relief, it was Chester that opened the door. Hello. Link, you're here. I honestly didn't think you'd stop by early, but I'm glad you did. Come in, come in. Let me go put some clothes on, too. I wasn't expecting you so early, otherwise I would have been already dressed. Have a seat in the living room, and I'll be right back. I wonder if he always answers the door like that. It's like he's oblivious to just how much he bulges out. The room you were standing in reminded you a bit of where you live. There wasn't much around, but its simplicity made it comfortable. You sat down and waited for your friend to return, and you noticed he had cards scattered all over a table in front of the couch. Seems he got these cards spread everywhere. He's really into this game, it seems. Here's a bit of a mess, isn't it? I've been building you a deck, and it's pretty much done. If you want, I can show you some of the basics before I cook dinner. Sure, that sounds fun, but first, here. What's this? I know you said not to bring anything, but I just couldn't show up with nothing. I got this before I came over. A bottle of wine? I never had this kind before, so we'll try it with dinner. You didn't have to bring this, but thank you for it. I'm sure it'll go great with what we're having tonight. It was a tough choice on what to bring, and my friend Maria really enjoys this kind, so I hope you do too. I don't drink it much, but I do enjoy wine from time to time. It's a sweet one too, so I bet it's delicious. Let me go put this in the kitchen, and then I'll show you some of the basic stuff, alright? Chester carried the item you gave him off and returned shortly with even more cards in his hands. I had to go grab my deck. It's a lot better than the one I made for you, but I've spent a lot of time on really refining mine. Yeah, some Magic the Gathering cards can cost like hundreds of dollars. One time I paid my rent with Magic the Gathering cards, for fuck's sake. The guys I play with on campus have a hard time playing against it. He sounded so pleased with himself, and he sat down beside you on the couch. Did you remember to bring the packs I gave you the other day? Yeah, I brought them. Well, thank God he did, because I sure shit did not remember that he gave us packs. Go ahead and open them up. Let's see what you got. You open up your packs one at a time and flip through the cards before setting them aside. He sat by, wiggling around in his seat while waiting for you. He was more excited to see the cards than you were. I don't know what I'm looking at, but these cards look cool. Yeah, the art on Magic the Gathering cards are fucking amazing, dude. They're really cool. Don't worry, I'll teach you all what all this stuff means. Let me take a look what you got first. He handed over your stack of cards and he started flipping through them slowly. Oh, please let us get like a super rare card. And he's like, oh, I'll trade you my entire deck. These are mostly new cards, so I've never seen a lot of them myself. Ah, damn it. I've seen what the best cards are, but I'm having to read through these to see if you can use them. I'll trust your judgment then. You got a few good ones in here that I think will mix with the deck I made for you. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Oh, damn! Look at you! Check this one out! Hey, we did! Chester handed you a card with a picture of a red dragonoid on the card, labeled as a blacksmith. Cool looking card. So, what about it? Okay, so this is a character card. This guy has a defense aspect to it, so it'll make it harder for the other guys to take control over it. He's one of the highest defense cards in the new set, so this will be a great add to your deck. That sounds like it could be useful. Yeah, so here, let me show you what some of these other symbols mean. The next little while consisted of Chester going over everything on the card and what it represented. So I guess since they're not going to explain it fully, we're not going to actually have to play a simulated Magic the Gathering game, so thank God we don't have to actually remember any of this shit. Yay! After he did that, he handed you a deck of cards and sat them on the floor, motioning for you to sit on the floor across from him. Ugh, why can't we use the couch, man? You have a chair right over there, you have a side... Ugh, I don't want to sit on the floor. He talked while shuffling through the cards, giving you a basic rundown of how to play the game. The best way to learn how to play is to just play, really. I'll walk you through every step of our turns. Alright, I'll try to remember it, just be patient with me. You've shown a lot of patience with me on the court, so I'll keep that in mind here. I want you to enjoy this, so I'll really try to keep it basic for now. Let's begin then. Chester started dealing the cards out, giving you step-by-step instructions on what to do whenever it was your turn. From time to time, you had to stop him and ask him what he had done, since he'd make a play without explaining it. Thankfully, he remained patient through the process, and you began to slowly catch on to how things worked. A couple of hours passed before you knew it while you sat on the floor and played. You were surprised at how much you were enjoying the game, and after seeing what kind of thought went into it, you were just as surprised Chester was so into it. You seem to be catching on pretty quick. It's an easy game to pick up and play, but when you start making decks, that's when you really have to start thinking about it. Yeah, it's fun. I think this is something I could get into. If you have an extra $100 to spend on random cards. Good lord. Yeah, Jesus. Awesome, I'll be more than happy to have someone else to play with. And there's even a team version of this too, and I've been in need of a partner. Well, I guess we're gonna just be partners on a court, on the table, and in between sheets. If you're enjoying it, we can play more later, and maybe sometime we can play against some of the guys on campus. Sounds like fun too, I'm down for that. I just have to get more cards. Well, the deck you're using now is yours, you can keep that one. I made it just for you from the cards I have. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you then. I'll see about tweaking it and making it more my own. Always be sure to ask me if you have questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. Anyways, let's take a break from this. I'm gonna start cooking dinner now, so I hope you're hungry. Yeah, I am now. I didn't realize we'd been doing this for so long. Lucky for you, I prepped everything before you got here, so I really just have to cook. You can chill in here, watch whatever you want on TV, or just mess with your cards. Take any of the cards you would like to add to your deck, just don't go too wild with it. Dang, this guy's being very generous. Really? You sure? Of course, I don't need any of these, and I'm sure I have duplicates of most of them. Just do what you want, alright? Dinner won't take long to cook, so I'll call you in a bit, alright? Alright, thanks, Chester. Maybe I'll just put something on TV to watch while I look through the cards. Power on. Oh, good. It's already on something. I guess it's whatever Chester was watching last. It's an anime of some sort, I guess. I don't normally watch it, but let's see what he was watching. The television screen is filled with bright pictures and all sorts of flashy effects. With the show playing, you started looking through cards, glancing up at the TV from time to time while you tried to follow what was going on. It was in a language you didn't understand, but there were subtitles on the screen. Reading and watching wasn't something you were a fan of. You did notice a lot of the characters were females who were scantily clad in highly revealing armor. That's what scantily clad means. Oh, he's one of those types, is he? I'll have to give him a hard time about that. Why do you have to? Why do you have to be mean? Why do you gotta be teasing and shit? You just be pleasant. You were shocked when you looked up at one point, hearing sounds of action, and you saw a rather meaty-looking character pinning one of the females to the floor. Even more shocking was what happened next, as this beastly character proceeded to shred the clothes off the smaller character he had captured. The camera did a good job showing off that the female was in for a rough time, focusing largely around the genitals of the clearly male protagonist. Oh, Jesus. So what are you watching? Of course you show up right now! God damn it. Whatever was already on. Oh! Just quickly grab the remote and close the show before he had too much more happen on the screen. Oh, he's embarrassed. Well, I suggest watching something else. Here, try this one. Jesus Christ, it's better. With a few presses on the remote, he changed the show to something else that looked familiar to you. He didn't say anything else before tossing the remote aside and returning to the kitchen, clearly embarrassed. You wouldn't have minded watching more of whatever was on if it meant seeing more of that beast, but it was a tad awkward, yeah. No kidding. Whatever show he had put on now seemed to focus more on men fighting, but it had no hint of sexuality to it. You were back to looking through the folder of cards, picking out things here and there to add to your own deck. It wasn't long after Chester returned to the kitchen that the room started to fill with a wonderful scent. The smell was so enticing that you found yourself salivating at the thought of whatever it was he was cooking. You didn't have to wonder too long about what it was, though. I hope you're ready to eat. Food's done. I've already prepared you a plate, and it's on the table. So come eat. Well, fuck yeah. There was no need to tell you twice, so you hopped up and followed Chester to the dining room. Oh man, this food looks great, Chester. What are we having tonight? You asked for chicken, so I made grilled chicken breasts and a marinated in a lemon and garlic glaze. That sounds interesting. We have a fresh salad to go along with it, and some baked red potatoes seasoned lightly with salt and butter. It all smells so good too. I think I'm drooling just looking at it. Have a seat and dig in then. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. You took a seat beside Chester and started eating. Oh man, the stuff tastes so good, Chester. My compliments to you. Chester grinned sheepishly while he ate. Glad you like it. If you like, we can have that wine to go along with this too. Oh yeah, let's see if the stuff is any good. I don't have any wine glasses, so we'll just have to use cups. Your friend left the table for a moment, and you heard a pop come from the kitchen. Chester returned right after with an open bottle of wine and a couple of empty cups. Sorry, it looks a little cheap, but I don't have fancy dishes since I never really have company. Don't worry about it. I normally eat with paper plates and plastic cups anyway, so it's no big deal. He poured 2 cups of wine and passed one on to you, holding his cup up. Cup up. Cheers to good times with a good friend. Cheers! The 2 of you tapped your cups together and then took a swig of your wine. It was sweet, but it had a heavy kick to it, causing your face to pucker up. Chester laughed and set his drink aside. Look at your face just now was great. I'm not used to something like this. It's good, but it has a powerful taste. It smells pretty strong, but I like it. Glad you brought this. It goes really well with the food, too. The alcohol worked quickly through your system as you continued to drink it with your dinner. You felt your face grow red and hot, and you could see a noticeable difference in Chester's behavior as well. By the time you had both finished eating, the bottle was empty, and Chester was clearly not in a stable mental state. Oh, God. Jesus. Where you had only had 2 cups of wine, he had the rest of the bottle. Good Lord. Maybe we shouldn't have brought the wine. Seems to be a bit of bit of a drunkard. His voice was considerably louder, and it seemed every little thing made him giggle. Oh shit, every little thing's making me giggle too. I'm not drunk. Man, I'm so full right now. The food was great, don't you think? Yeah. That was really good. Thanks for cooking for me. Sure thing, anytime for my friends. How I watch TV some. I don't know if I can do much else right now. He stood up and tried to pick up his plate, but wobbled so much in place he sat back down and looked at you. How about we just leave this here for the time being? I'll clean up later, aight? Chester stumbled off to the living room, waving for you to follow after him. Jesus. You stood, feeling a little tipsy yourself, and followed him back to the living room. He was sitting on the couch, fiddling with the remote as he began flipping through different movies. You sat beside him and stretched out as he decided on something to watch. There we go, here I like each one. It's a bit silly, but it's got plenty action and stuff. The only light in the room was a lamp, as the sun from outside was slowly fading away, but Chester reached over and flipped it off. Hey, Link. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, have you had a good time today? Yeah, it's been fun. You're a pretty good host. You think so? I'm glad. Without any warning, Chester fell over against you with his head in your lap. Oh, Jesus. It startled you, and you weren't really sure what to do at that point. I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. There's no chairs to sit in. I don't want to go to bed, since I don't want you to leave yet either, so is this okay? Looking down at the bowl, you saw his head was staring forward at the TV. His voice was much quieter than it had been, and he had his arms crossed against his chest. You threw one arm behind the couch and propped the other one on the arm of the couch to make yourself comfortable. Yeah, chest is fine. I'll stay a bit longer, alright? Yeah, that's good. You're not uncomfortable, are you? No, it's fine. Your focus was no longer on the show now, but more on looking at your beefy friend laying against you. Your heart pounded nervously in your chest while you looked him over. His thick frame shifted every now and then as he sighed or took in a deep breath. The temptation of rubbing your hand over him was overwhelming. And everyone keeps telling me to not touch him. Nothing will be done! As much as you wanted to put your hands on your friend, you resist, knowing that he isn't feeling well. You sit as still as you can, even going so far as to slow your breathing so you wouldn't disturb him. He continued fidgeting around, grunting and breathing heavily while he moved about. Chester, you alright? His response came out hardly more than a whisper. My stomach. You glanced down at his face and realized he was sweating profusely and clutching his stomach. Oh, Jesus. I think we should get you into bed. Oh, I don't need to move just yet. Oh, shit. Much to your surprise, he jumped up and stumbled off towards the hallway, tripping halfway down it. You scrambled to him, but as you got closer, you heard him retch loudly and realized what had happened. Oh, he's puking! Oh, he's throwing up! Oh, Jesus! Oh, jeez, that's no good. Your friend pushed himself up on his hands and knees, coughing and sputtering. With a grimace, you helped him to his feet and guided him into the bathroom he had collapsed beside. He promptly dropped onto his knees in front of the toilet and heaved into it, his whole body lurching forward when he did. You stayed by his side, rubbing his back during the ordeal. I think he might have had a bit too much to drink tonight. You're right about that. So, sorry you have to see this. Don't worry about it, Chester. These things happen. I think I'm done now. My stomach feels pretty empty after that. Maybe we should have gotten the cake, now that I'm thinking about it. Because, I mean, apparently we got love points, but, oh, probably wouldn't have puked on the cake. Chester should have pushed himself up, but you put your hand on his shoulder to keep him in the floor. Again, I don't know what that means. Wait a moment, before you get up, just rest. He didn't struggle, he gave a nod and leaned back against the wall. In the meantime, you grabbed a towel and soaked it in cold water. Chester's face wasn't exactly clean at the moment. And for that matter, his shirt and shorts were pretty nasty looking. Ew! Oh, God! Hey, Chess, I don't want to mean this the wrong way, but we need to get you out of those clothes. He cracked a grin at you and looked out at himself. You're right about that. Dude, I'm so sorry. Hey, Despot, you helping me take my clothes off? Oh, Jesus. No homo, by the way. Oh, that changes everything. No homo. Well, everything's fine. He sucks dick. No homo. Oh, yeah, clearly it's fine. I should leave you in them for saying that. At least he has a sense of humor. Chuckling, he leaned forward and let you grab the back of his shirt collar. You pulled his shirt over his head and tossed it aside. Oh, my. Oh, Jesus, with the nipples. He sighed and leaned back against the wall again. His body was covered in sweat, so you handed him the wet towel. Here, wipe yourself down real quick, and then we'll try to get you on your feet and get your shorts off, alright? Sure, just give me a moment. You sat beside your friend while he wiped off his face and composed himself, and when he was ready, you stood and did what you could to help pull him to his feet. He leaned heavily on the sink with his eyes closed, taking in deep breaths. You good? Yeah, I'll be fine. Just gonna slip out of these. Okay, I'm going to keep my finger on the button if I have to switch it to a Darius frame. Chester undid the button on his shorts and pushed them to the floor, grabbing your shoulder to steady himself as he stepped out of them and kicked them aside. Okay, it's just underwear. We're okay. Sorry, I know this made you uncomfortable in the locker room. Don't worry about it. You kind of threw up on yourself, so you needed to get out of that. I only wish I got him down to his underwear under different circumstances, but it doesn't hurt to admire him regardless. He's too out of it to notice. Jesus. Here, swig some mouthwash, and let's get you to your room. The bull did as you instructed and then moved towards the door. You put yourself beside him, allowing him to lean against you as you moved him down the hall. It's the room right beside us. Don't turn on the light, please. You couldn't see, but he moved away from you, and you heard him fall into his bed with a loud sigh. Bed. Thanks for helping me get in here, Link. Last time this happened, the people I was with just stood around and laughed. Oh, that sucks. A couple of them even... Never mind that. It's nice to have a friend that actually acts like a friend. We're making such a mess out of it tonight. Stop apologizing like that. It's okay, really. Just get some rest. I'm gonna stay here tonight, alright? Just yell if you need me or anything. Okay, you can get a blanket, a pillow from the closet, too. Will do. He left his door open and went to the closet to grab a pillow and blanket. You nearly forgot about the mess in the hallway, though, barely avoiding stepping on it. Oh, by the way, you should also clean that up, and also you should make sure Chester's not sleeping on his back, and also, I can't just leave this here. I'm not really tired yet, so I'll clean up. There you go, you'll clean it up. After throwing your things on the couch, you got to work. You weren't familiar with his home, but you found cleaning supplies in the pantry and the kitchen after a short search. Thankfully, his floors were hardwood, not carpet, so cleaning up was not too difficult. It was harder on you, since the sight of it was enough to make you nauseous. I can't even get close to puke or poop. I can't do it. I can't do it. There wasn't a washer and dryer, so you backed up his clothes and set them in a basket, which you assumed was for other dirty clothes in the bathroom. Put it in the tub. You don't know what's in that basket. It could be like precious gold. Now it's puke gold. Great. With Chester's mess cleaned up, you decided to go ahead and tackle the evening's dishes as well. That way he'd have nothing to worry about in the morning. But damn, you going out of your way. Being nice. You finished up with his dishes and heard the front door open and close. You had forgotten Chester said he had a roommate, and you had no idea what the person looked like or what his name was. So people are saying that the brother is scary. So be warned, scary brother. With a deep breath, you stepped from the kitchen to see another bull having entered the home. He was shorter and built quite the opposite of Chester. Oh, hey. He doesn't look that scary. Hey, Chester. Hey, Chester, I'm home. The bull jumped back and raised his bag up defensively. Wait, what are you doing in the house? Oh, he doesn't seem scary. He seems scared, duh. Sorry, my name's Link. I'm a friend of Chester's. He had invited me over tonight for dinner and cards. Oh, phew, okay, I'll remember that now. He said he was going to have company tonight, but I forgot. Oh, brother's really protective of Chester. That's awesome. I'm Andrew. Oh, hey! Yeah, this is the reason why people said don't call your character Andrew. It's a pleasure to meet you. Where's Chester right now? I mean, Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, God. It's because we were called Andrew in another route. Jesus. Where's Chester right now? Well, he's in bed. Andrew raised his brows and eyed you for a moment. In bed at this hour? He's normally up much later than this. He must be exhausted to be in bed so soon. You could say that. The other bull suddenly became flustered and walked past you to set his belongings in the kitchen table. Oh my, I see. You two must have had a good time tonight. Whoa, what are you talking about? Early bed, guy friend over, dinner and cards. I can only assume what you two did. Jesus! And this! He picked up the bottle of wine and glared at you, brandishing the bottle like a weapon. I swear, if you tried taking advantage of my brother after getting him drunk... Whoa, man, chill out a moment. Whatever you're thinking, you've got it all wrong. I'm not gay, and I don't think your brother is either. You were starting to feel annoyed with this person who suddenly claimed to be Chester's brother. But with the sudden change in his attitude, you weren't really surprised to hear such a thing. I came over, we played cards, he cooked dinner for me. Yeah, we had some wine to drink. I bought it as a gift for him for inviting me over. He had a bit much and ended up throwing up all over himself in the hallway. I helped him to bed and have been cleaning up since then. You can check in on him yourself. Without taking eyes off of you, he backed up down the hallway to Chester's room and vanished into it. You rolled your eyes and sat down on the couch, flipping the TV back on while you waited. Jesus. 10 minutes or so passed before Andrew returned, looking embarrassed now. Sorry. I asked Chester what happened, and he told me the same thing you did. And don't be so quick to jump to conclusions next time. Sorry, just an overprotective big brother. Just forget the stuff I said earlier. He said he's had some shitty friends in the past who got him drunk just so they could try things. Thankfully, even in his drunken state, he doesn't let people do stuff like that, but he lost friends in the past for it. So you're his brother? You told me he had a roommate, but never mentioned you were his brother. You probably didn't think it was relevant at the time. Anyway, thanks for cleaning up. According to Chess, it was pretty bad. It was. He eats so much, and, well, everything came back up. I'm glad I wasn't here then. I know how he eats, so I can only imagine. I can't deal with that kind of stuff, so I really appreciate you taking care of him. I just got off work, so I'm going back to my room now. Chester said you were staying the night, so make yourself at home. Yeah, I figured I'd stay just in case you needed anything. I didn't know anyone else would be back. I can take care of him, but he did ask me to make sure you were staying. So, it'll make him happy if you stay. As long as he's happy, I'll be happy too. If you need anything, just let me know. And will do. Andrew left you to yourself, and you finally felt like you had the chance to relax. So, Chester has a brother, huh? His imagination went a bit crazy. Seems Chester had some rough time with friends in the past, though, so I guess I can't really blame him. But his brother wasn't surprised about him possibly sleeping with a guy? Is there a chance, Chester? Oh,